What's up, me Hayes back on our live stream, and today we will be talking about a little theory. We're going back to daily streams. I just have no content, and now I finally have content, and I can bring you guys some information. The daily stream tomorrow will be Last of Us, so don't expect anything Fortnite related, so you have to wait till Sunday for that. But we are live. So I'm gonna be talking about my theories and thoughts about what is the true theory of what's the story right now going for Fortnite, and information is covered in the theory. I always have information, and we go through how the connections are live. And we gotta find out characters, and what they represent for this season. I picked about 12 of them characters that represent the theme, something about the season. Here you go, right here. Right here are all the characters I picked. Yeah, Black Manta and Aquaman are not really in story, but I'm gonna put them in because they are something themed about water. What's up? Yeah, so we got Internal Night. Internal Night is most for, also 1% is not really a theme for the season, so I'll explain more about that. Fade, I don't know. We're gonna figure out what's Fade's got to do with the story. Midas has also once again a big impact with the storyline, and we're gonna talk about more about that. Brutus also is not, I don't think he's not alive anymore, but he represents a couple characters that represent the story. Scuba Jones, he's a big part of the story. You might not know, but I'll tell you why. Ocean, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Meowscles obviously is Paul, obviously the father of Kit, and we're gonna connect that with the storyline. Kick Bash is obviously one of the henchmen. We're talking about more about him. I don't know why I own this skin. I hate it. It's bad, but I own it, so okay. Jules also has a big impact with the story, and also Sina, I don't know how to say her name, but Space Girl. I never could not say her name. Also has a very, very impact with the story. So if you like this, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and we're so close to 50 subscribers. We're 11 away, so let's make it happen. And also, put the bell in the stream, make a video once again. Yeah, and stay tuned for Last of Us Part 4 stream tomorrow. Anywho, let's begin. Where did we start? So we're gonna watch the trailer again, and we're gonna go impact with the details of what the trailer represents. So we're gonna watch the trailer. I'm gonna go in detail what's that gotta do with the storyline. I know you can watch the cinematic right here, so let's watch. I have to hold it, sorry. Alright. Let's go back. We're gonna go back in the trailer and tell you the details of what that trailer has in my theory. Alright, so let's begin. So Mike is obviously, this is the events after the device. He gets all out of the land and water is flooded. He gets attacked by a shark. All we know, people are saying that's the end of Midas, but I have a theory that he actually survived the attack. The reason is, but before I do talk about it, obviously Ocean just knocked out Brutus. We're gonna talk about more impact about that's gonna represent the story. Obviously, Aquaman is going to also have a big impact with what is under the water, and we're going to have some interesting information from that. So we'll also be talking about that today. What else? I'm trying to see what else we got. I just have to watch the details of the trailer, see if any information we need to cover. Also, Authority, yes. Jules about the Authority, we're also going to be talking about also in then. So far, 4 topics. We got, Midas, is Midas really dead? What Ocean and Brutus information about Jules, and also about the Ocean. And then besides that, just also you can see the vehicle. I never realized the vehicle was shown in this trailer. Okay, 4 topics, and we're gonna go with the full connection of the story. Actually, we do have a couple more, but we're gonna go with the main topics. So I think it's good to start with Midas. Is Midas really dead? The question is really, like, is Midas dead? A lot of people say he's not dead, but I was kind of confused of what exactly was the goal of the Doomsday device. There's a lot of theories, and it's just mostly a theory, but it's technically out there now, and I might as well just say it. He was seeing if we can break the loop. Yes, so you want to say this is the totally different story to Chapter 1 story, and my friends, it's totally not. They are connected, and if the story just keeps going on. It never ended. Even though it says Chapter 2, there's still connection into the 2 chapters. The reason is because also the recordings are always telling the future, and it's the scientists or the visitors recordings that are telling us the future and what is the story all about. But that's not the only thing telling the future. If you remember in season 9, we did have to get these 4 bites that are really annoying to unlock, but I did get them unlocked. It was a loading screen that we got for free for unlocking it, but it tells the future of a lot of things, and if I can find it, I forget what it's called. I could just put season 9. This loading screen right here. This loading screen right here, friends, tells us the future in so many ways. That just represent. Obviously, this revealed about the event in season 9 of the Mecha team leader and Cat having an epic fight. Also we know Color team leader has survived. And also that's when this loading screen was live. We all know that the event was leaked for the season. But there's also a lot more event Easter eggs. So, Kevin Q was leaked in his loading screen, the rifts. But a lot of people didn't know that after the chapter ended, season 9. Hold on, can you hear that? Hold on, I want to see some. Hold on, I want to see some. Hold on, I want to see some. I'll be right back. Alright, back. So, like I was saying, a lot of people thought that after the season of this loan screen was unlocked, it just told the future. So my friend told like the past events and also the future of that season. After the time loop, it just told that it wasn't gonna leak everything because Fortnite didn't know the future. But my friends, it still leaks to the beginning. Well, actually leaks like to still right now. It leaked Season X with the meteor and things, and it leaked this season. Yes. So my friends, if you look really closely, oh my god, my controller's falling down. Oh, I'm sorry. Where is it? Because I remember did find it. Oh, so if you see the giant eyeball on the bottom, you can look a little bit up, and you can see two pink lines. And if you look like a little up, you can see an island with palm trees. But if you look a little up, there's a battle bus that just leaked this season, because we know being the battle bus, was island in representing this season. So yeah, it still leaks to the day. We are surrounded by water in the island. So yeah, so this one's going to definitely tell us about the day. But if you look literally by down by Jonesy's hair, you can see a weird shadowy figure with another one eye. A lot of people, including me, thought that was going to be the monster in the iceberg, but obviously we found out obviously that's not true, because obviously my team leader is fighting it in the middle, and obviously going to have the two of the same thing, and they look totally different. So this creature might tell the future, and maybe it might be a Halloween monster for season 5, because most likely season 5 or chapter 2 season 4 or chapter 2 season 5 will be the Halloween season. I don't know which one, most likely probably 4 instead, but you get the point. But yeah. So yeah, like sit right there. Anywho, we're gonna get out of this one screen, and then we're gonna talk about how Midas is alive. So we know he got attacked by a shark, my friends. We thought his time in this world was done. But no, his purpose, back to the purpose, was to see if you can break the loop. Because, and I don't know how people know, in the end of Season X, obviously in the visitor, Corden said, I don't know, after the loop, my brain will be just as ruined as the others. Which means after the loop and everything restarted, everybody's brain was, a memory was deleted and restarted. Which means that every person didn't remember anything from the past of meteors hitting Dusty Depot, a visitor's rocket ship going up and messing with time and made Kevin Cube appear, a giant floating island made darkness come through the whole map, snow falling down making a giant iceberg landfall in the map. Hold on a minute. Why does this keep happening? What do you have on down there different? Nothing. I just have my TV and lights on. Nothing's on. Sorry about that. I'll run out for a minute. Anyhow, so we know that Midas, sorry, not wrong then. So didn't remember that. Didn't remember a volcano appearing and obviously not meteors, lava destroying tilted towers, beat a rail, and even making a giant crack in Poor Peak, so revealing a giant eyeball, representing a robot and monster having an epic fight. And also time messed up, and everything was going crazy, and things were just messed up in the map, and nobody remembered that. Nobody. Only the 7, aka the visitors. But yeah, represents them. But obviously, theory time, not confirmed, like I say. What if? No, but not everybody forgot. Maybe Midas didn't forget and remembered everything, because he was trying to break the loop. And if you don't know what the loop exactly means, then I'll give you a more description of what the loop means. Word is a loop. It's a simulation. Simulation. It's not real. We're not real. or just every game, and you play a world and you're a certain character and you fight to be the last one standing, and if you die, you go back in a loop and do it all over again. It's a loop, and it's all getting controlled by none other than Jonesy. Not Jonesy, but John Jones. I think that's his name. He is the one creating everything. He's over there. We saw him in the event we went into reality and saw that John Jones is creator in a group of people that are helping him create simulation, which means is the skins in Fortnite are actually real people in real life, just making them different people in different like characters. Which means if you wonder why some characters look the same just with different colors or different designs, it's because they are just different characters. Because they're using them to make characters, and the new workers eventually make new characters and all of that. That means is Miles will see if it can break the simulation and come to reality, which means he went into reality and broke it. And then John Jones saw him and said, can you hear me? Which means is we went into the real world and he put us right back and realized that they figured it out, so he had to redo it. Which means Mice fell in the ocean and surrounded with water because of the events of it made a flood. And obviously he was taken and eaten by a shark with bunny ears on top. Anywho. So, and we haven't seen John Jones ever since. But we'll continue with that later. Now let's talk about back to Midas' topic. Is Midas really dead? He was eaten by a shark, but it kind of looks like he maybe dodged a shark bite and maybe went under it. Or another thing. He could have got bit, but nothing is horrific. He probably got eaten into its mouth. But again, Midas got powers and he probably maybe touched it and maybe turned to gold, able to break out of the shark's body. That was very good on. But obviously it's probably far away from the map, so he had to swim a good amount of way to the map. But you can't keep somebody from something forever, which makes a good theory. We know waters went down over week by week, and we know now last week Racing Wheels was finally revealed to be returned, and we all were happy and excited about it. But randomly, I don't remember seeing gold trucks here. Like, literally solid gold trucks. What if Midas swam and eventually touched something and was seen, made it to Risky Wheels, and maybe accidentally touched some trucks and made it into gold? Which means this Midas isn't dead. Randomly there's gold trucks, really suspicious. And let's be honest, you can't kill a main villain and just make him like nothing. Like, you can't just do a civic adventure on someone to die from a freaking shark attack. Like, if that is true, then that's dumb. He ain't dead. And he's probably gonna try again in a sneakier attack. But that's my theory, that Midas isn't dead. And he's not even close to finishing what he started. Next is a big one. Scuba Jonesy is John Jones. Is anybody else wondering why all of a sudden we got a Scuba Jonesy in a battle pass right after we met John Jones? It's kind of random, or is it just me? Fortnite now just sins for no reason. There's always a reason why. John Jones is totally my theory, and imagine if this was true, which most likely is true. Scuba Jonesy is John Jones. We've seen multiple Jonesies, and he's the most common character to be seen in Fortnite, which makes sense because the guy over the creator of simulation is John Jones. So obviously he's probably going to be the most character found in Fortnite. But randomly there's a Scuba Jones in the Battle Pass. It'll be different if it was an Item Shop character, but if he's in a Battle Pass, he's got to be worth it. Like, let's get Bunker Jonesy. Bunker Jonesy was the stupidest skin ever, but he did had a big impact with the story. If we're gonna have a default character represent someone being a Battle Pass, they mean something more than just a character. So obviously he saw the future and made a lot of people safe from an attack that was soon occurring. So makes sense how Scuba Jonesy is John Jones. And here's why. I'm just saying it without any proof. The proof is that it is probably John Jones. And because it is he's probably made sure he's watching every person. It means he's watching and see that nobody's trying to break anything or break the loop once again. And make sure everything's going as normal as possible. So this is no longer just a regular character. It's actually a real person in disguise. Nobody knows. Scuba Jonesy came from nowhere. All of a sudden, Jonesy in a scuba costume. That's really out of the ordinary. The water theme is a perfect way to get in disguise of the area. But eventually people are gonna figure it out. Midas is the only one that knows what John Jones looks like. So if if Midas sees Scuba Jonesy, he's gonna remember and probably get it out in the open. So yeah, he's making sure everything's ordinary, and he probably made a shark before he can get eaten, but he probably didn't know anything. So this is a big connection. If he's making sure everything's going like it's supposed to, then everything's going well. He's making sure it's gonna be okay. So confirmed, that's most likely John Jones in a disguise, and we'll learn more over the season goes. But that is my theory. Now let's talk about under the water. What is underneath? So we all know the main theme is water, just water. And if you need to know what water simply means, is underwater, like sea life, like Aquaman. He's like the king of Atlantis. He's like, you know, like he's the king and he's a protector of under the water. He controls ocean animals and he's the protector. Represents, but there's always a threat in every situation, which is Black Manta. Am I the only one that wants to see a Aquaman Black Manta mini event in Fortnite? Am I the only one? No, I am. Oh. You can only dream. But anywho, obviously created. But obviously, we know. So what is exactly the water theme? Like, it's just like from the created water. So my sorry, I'm like talking nonsense now or something, feels like it. But we got leaks. So in the beginning of the season, and this is how I'm gonna back up of what is under really the water. Because also in the trailer, there's all of a sudden a big flopper, which was leaked in fishing shops of a poster of a fisherman getting attacked by a giant fish. So this has been leaked ever since Chapter 2, Season 1. And we're 2 seasons later, and obviously we've seen it in a trailer. So, yeah. But in the beginning of the season, we got a leak of a Kraken. Holy crap, guys! The Kraken! The Kraken's coming, my! Holy crap! Get your crews up! Like this video right now! Pay donuts, get the money! Bang, bang, bang! Don't let the clickbait show you. I know the clickbait's been going on ever since season 5, and we're literally like, how many seasons? We're 8 seasons later, and we're already still talking about this. It's reality because in the leaks we got a futuristic octopus, aka a Kraken, obviously. And this is the season that a Kraken makes sense. A Kraken really makes sense to appear under the water, like, you know. And that's what I think the event's gonna be this season, a Kraken. Wouldn't it be cool? Could we know Mecha Team Leader just after the event is right in space? But what if it comes back to defeat another monster? Like a Kraken. Pretty cool. But obviously, maybe we may be seeing a Kraken appear when the water goes down 2 weeks later. We can see some signs, just like Cadis had a sign when he was roaming the map for hunger. Because of hunger. And that's out of the list. So we're going to take those people out, and Scuba Jonesy's also out. Before we know what the remainder characters need to be talked about the story. So yeah, a little anything to think about. Now, we're going to talk about, before we go, let's talk about why do we have a space themed skin and we're only known about water and we have no sign of anything representing space. Is it just me, or it seems interesting how it's chapter 2, season 3, and we got a space girl. A chapter before was chapter 1, season 3, was all about space. Pretty interesting. There's space skins, and there's only 2 skins that were space, and John Wick, obviously the agent. But there was 4 space skins. 2 basic, just regular human space skins. 1 like knockoff Star-Lord, represents space, and a Darth Vader, evil space person, space astronaut. So yeah, 4 skins, and now we got a skin that I can't pronounce, so I'm gonna call her Space Girl. But you know, yeah, we should go with the story. Well, in the files, there's gonna be called a place called, I forget what it's called, so that really sucks. But anywho, there's gonna be a crash site, and it's gonna be, she's gonna be a boss, and it's gonna be area Polyfield when the water goes fully down. And there's gonna be, like, we have no clue what this space themed god is gonna be, and we could probably expect something big in the future of this season, and maybe also represent that we could have the visitor return. This is the season. Let's make it happen. Alright, she's out of the way. Now let's talk about how Brutus got to do with this story. Obviously, we know Ocean knocked down Brutus, and Polly maybe even died. But I have a feeling that Jules, people are saying that Jules is literally, I'm gonna say this again, literally not the father. Her father is not Midas. It's Brutus. Just because of the style, and there's a lot of Brutus pictures at the authority. So maybe that. Which makes sense. They're not wrong. Maybe Midas and Brutus are like brothers. I don't know. But yeah. So what's Brutus gotta represent? Ocean, obviously not. And literally like literally Brutus, like somehow break fire. Brutus is obviously, you know, been at the grotto for a long time. So maybe sorry, jeez, Jules is Brutus's daughter to take on maybe his place, which I don't know. This one's kind of like in my head, like I don't exactly know, but I just want to get you to think about it. Are they really connected as family? You decide. That's really it. Now we're gonna talk about Internal Night. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think she's just representing Season X. Also, you know, Tier 100 was Ultimate Night, and Eternal Night is literally also Tier 100. It's just a female and a male. We can also tell the resemblance, especially representing this style. This style right here, obviously you can tell. Maybe I think she's just representing the anniversary Season X, because you know August 1st was not about like 2 weeks away. It's the anniversary Season X, so could be just representing that. No theme at all. But we're talking about Fade. What's Fade got to do with the story? I have no clue. Also, I think it's just representing the second anniversary of Season 5. Been 2 years. I think it was just last week also. Pretty crazy if you ask me. That's it. Now, these twins right here. Also, we know Kid's father is Meowscles. Also, we don't know if Meowscles is exactly alive anymore. But most likely is living in the house and just training Kid to be the next Meowscles. Pretty cool, and obviously made robot soldiers, and that's really the connection of those two. That's all I got. This is more Star Wars video. It's a little more crazy, but the more thing is that they're trying to break the loop, and Scuba Jonesy is trying to make sure that Midas doesn't break it once again. And that's the main story right now, we all know. I'll probably make a better, more detailed video in future of this season, maybe closer to the last week of the season before the event, to make sure I can connect it as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. If you like, just make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I know it's a little crazy, but more of the 2 or 3 topics made more sense than others. But yeah, I'm gonna stream here, guys. Make it start, guys. Have a good day. Comment down below if you agree with most of it. Make it start, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.